Hello again, everybody. I'm Snapper Lancaster. Welcome you to another edition of the Central Alabama High School Sports Show. Matter of fact, it's our last edition of this spring. Boy, the spring season went by fast. We had a lot of sports, a lot of championship teams from the Birmingham, Jefferson County area. As a matter of fact, on our show tonight, we got two outstanding coaches and athletes who won championships, and so there's some uniqueness about it. We'll explain that to you a little bit later. But once again, we want to talk about the fact that this is our last show. We'll be off for the summer, and we'll be making it back, the good Lord willing, in the fall as football season starts up. But once again, this is the last show for the spring. Had a lot of teams win championships. Going to be able to recognize a couple of them tonight. So don't you go away. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. No, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
Good driver discount, multi-car discount, good student discount. Helping you save money on car insurance is just part of the service you get from State Farm agent Jack Trappenstead. Whether an accident or a simple question, Jack and his staff get you the help you need. And that's the value only a State Farm agent can provide. Call Jack Trappenstead today. 40 million drivers already know nobody gives more discounts to more drivers than State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The next time you need electrical work, whether it be commercial or residential, you need to call Huffman Electrical Contractors, a company that's been in business for over 35 years. They've served clients not only locally in the Birmingham area and all over the state, but have clients outside the state of Alabama as well. Whether it's a new building or remodeling an older building or home, they can handle the job for you. Once again, that's Huffman Electrical Contractors. The number to call is 205-661-5005. That's 205-661-5005. Where at Huffman Electrical Contractors, a satisfied customer is always their #1 objective.
Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven. A taste of heaven is always best. Now you know that you're blessed. Give your taste a whole new spin. Bring your friends and come on in. Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven.
And folks, welcome back. As we talked about just a moment ago, we got two championship coaches we're visiting with tonight, and they brought some of their athletes along. And the uniqueness of it, two coaches that coach the same sports from the same high school, and lo and behold, it's Class 7A Oak Mountain who won the championship in boys and girls soccer. And the girls coach, Coach David DiPizza, is with us. Coach, first of all, congratulations.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
And I know those championships, that's one thing that coaches never get tired of either,
not
do
at
they?
all. Not at all.
But Coach, as we start off this interview for the first few seconds, tell us about your background, what's led you to be the head girls soccer coach there at Oak Mountain.
Background, all right. Well, I played high school soccer for a guy named Joe Carter over at John Carroll High School. And when I finished up high school, started college, I wanted to be a lawyer. He talked me out of it, told me I should be a teacher and a coach. So when I was going through school, I started coaching with him over at John Carroll, and he left. I stayed there and coached there for 14 years, and this past year I moved over to Oak Mountain.
Well, this is one question I always like to ask the coaches when they have a very successful season like you and your young ladies just did. Did you expect, or did you have a feeling this year's team was this good, or was it sort of a surprise?
No, it wasn't a surprise at all, honestly. I mean, we are the defending state champions, so I knew. I think they graduated one player, and one or two other girls didn't come back to the team this year. So the squad was pretty much the same team, with the exception of me and my assistant coaches. So yeah, we absolutely had expectations of getting to the state championship and winning the state championship.
And the one thing about it, Coach, that you brought out, the fact that y'all were champions last year now, that's a very positive thing. I think the only negative aspect I can see that from you and your team's standpoint is you got that #1 bullseye on your back all season long, and I guarantee you people bring their A-day games when they are playing a defending champion. So did that play any part in it, or did it bother the girls at all, or was this group just saying, hey, we've got the ability to do the same thing the team did last year?
Well, I mean, they've been playing at a very high level for a number of years. So I mean, I'm pretty sure that they expected that. I mean, it's a big difference between playing, in what was 5A last year. Obviously, they didn't have 7A, and 6 or 7A is everybody in our schedule was a tough game. I mean, we had one area team that was that we had to play that wasn't very good, and we had another team we played for senior night. But as you said, everybody was pretty much a really good team, and we started the season ranked #1, and then we beat 3 number 1 ranked teams as the season went on. So yeah, I mean, they know playing at Oak Mountain High School that everybody's going to be out to get them and to play well against them.
Well, now, are you one of these coaches that you believe that maybe the better competition that you and your girls played during the season would make you a better better team as the year wore on? Because a lot of times, I know other than your area teams, you pretty much get to schedule who you want to play, right?
Right.
What is your objective when you're making out your schedule? Tough teams, like a good loss beats a lousy win, if that's the right way to put it.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the past, I've tried to start a little slower, and then some of the more easy teams, and then build up to where the schedule's getting more difficult. But like as I said, at Oak Mountain, no one wants to play you that's not a really good opponent. So I mean, we pretty much from the beginning of the season we're playing really tough opponents all the way through the end. My thing is, like, I guess really towards the end is that's where I want my streak to be. We want to be winning towards the end of the season, and I think we won our last 13 games. So. We did pretty well in that regard. Well,
now talking about your background a little bit, has the situation really been a good one for you to get to Oak Mountain? I know you've had a background at other schools and all, and this could be, for your sport, one of those destination schools.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you want to be a girls soccer coach, Oak Mountain's where you want to be. And I mean, it's a great school, great administration, great place to work. I've thoroughly enjoyed working there this year. Dr. Sayers, our principal, Tina Mills, our athletic director, great people to work with, and these girls that we have are phenomenal as well.
Well, let me ask you, do a lot of your girls on your teams play club soccer now and maybe not involved in other sports and just hewn in on wanting to be the best soccer player?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much every one of them do. I think we had 13 girls play for in the ECNL, which is the highest club soccer you could play in the country, and then pretty much everybody else were competitive players as well. So,
well, this may be a little bit of a stretch, but yet asking you this question, I have no idea what you might say, but do you feel like you found your niche in high school coaching, or not to put you on the spot or anywhere, but or anything, but would you think somewhere down the road that maybe you might look at a college job if those possibilities ever came about?
Yeah, I mean, I like the high school setting. I mean, it's a lot more. I mean, obviously there's the developmental phase of it, but I mean, I just think you have a chance to change people's lives a lot more in high school than you do in college. I've coached at a junior college. I've coached at Birmingham Southern and at Sanford. I'm actually going to be a volunteer assistant again at Birmingham Southern this summer, or not this summer, this next season. So I mean, I've done that. I like the impact you have on the kids more in a high school setting, because we're around them. Like, I have these girls 8th period, so. I see them every day, all year long, and to me that's a lot more fun, I guess. If you will.
As we wind this down, Coach, one question I'd like to ask you, and give your opinion about it. How is it coaching girls? You grew up playing soccer. The coachability of them. How is that?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is my 4th year coaching girls, and I like it, honestly. They're a lot more coachable. They listen. Girls aren't. You don't have to. It's not a battle of your will so much, or who's tougher, and they, like I said, they listen a lot better, and they work really hard. I mean, I've honestly enjoyed the heck out of it.
Well, once again, Coach, time's gotten away from us, but congratulations, state champions 2 years in a row. That's awfully good, and I got a feeling you're going to do well again next year.
Thanks, Snapper. Appreciate it.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, 3 young ladies very instrumental in the championship season. We'll be right back.
The community features a world-class resort and spa. The amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course. Miles of historic trails. And the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. No, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
And this will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say I combined home and auto with State Farm. Saved $760. Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
That's 760 very good reasons to call Alan Gurdeau in Trussville today.
The next time you need electrical work, whether it be commercial or residential, you need to call Huffman Electrical Contractors, a company that's been in business for over 35 years. They've served clients not only locally in the Birmingham area and all over the state, but have clients outside the state of Alabama as well. Whether it's a new building or remodeling an older building or home, they can handle the job for you. Once again, that's Huffman Electrical Contractors. The number to call is 205-661-5005. That's 205-661-5005. Where at Huffman Electrical Contractors, a satisfied customer is always their #1 objective. And folks, welcome back. And as you can tell, I've got 3 outstanding young athletes. Female athletes. Notice, girls, I said athletes, because that's what you are. Championship athletes. They were very instrumental in the championship that the Oak Mountain ladies soccer team won. Sitting closest to me, Lauren Beard, a junior, and you're a defender.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and next to her, Melissa Cruz, a senior midfielder. You're a scorer, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what part of it. And Katie Denny, a senior, and you're the goalkeeper.
Yes,
well,
sir.
girls, first of all, congratulations on that championship.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you.
having said that, Coach and I talked just a little bit about it a second ago. And Lauren, we'll start with you. Did you expect, coming off a season where you won a state championship, you got that bullseye on your back, you're #1, everyone wants to beat you. Did it surprise you this season, the kind of season you and your teammates had?
It didn't. We only lost 1 player last year, so I believe that we came in just as strong as we were last year, if not stronger.
Well, now, I'll tell you one thing about teams, and Melissa will ask you this question. There's an important word in team sports, and it's called chemistry.
Yes, sir.
Now, I know about guys. I don't know as much about you ladies, but I'm sure y'all all got along with one another.
Yes, sir. We have really good chemistry, like off the field as well as on the field. And since we only did lose like 1 senior last year, like it was same team, same chemistry, same atmosphere, like everything. So it was really easy to like go on the field and trust your teammates to do what like you want them to do, and like trust that they're going to do the right thing, just because we do have that really good chemistry.
Well, that's good, because the better chemistry a team has, the better you can be as an individual.
Definitely.
As well as a team. And if you get along well, then that just makes things a whole lot better.
Yes,
Katie, being the goalkeeper, that's one of the important positions. I've talked with coaches about this in soccer, and believe me, I don't know as much about soccer as you girls do, but I do know if the other team doesn't score, y'all got a good chance of winning, right?
Yes, sir.
So to talk about your position, it's a tough position where nothing happens until they head to you with that ball headed your way. Mentally, how is your mindset? Is it more physical, or because I don't guess it's much of a thinking game? It's a reaction type game, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Being a goalkeeper, you just have to think on your toes a lot, and just kind of go with whatever happens during the game. But it's most of the time it's like just all reaction.
Well, let me ask you this: what's the most difficult part? Is another midfielder coming at you, or when you have the free kick where you have to try to win a game? Is one harder to defend than the other, or? Just tell me about that.
I think a free kick is probably more hard to stop than like just regular shots, because free kick, it's just kind of standing there and you don't really know where it's going to go.
And they can halfway think about which way they want to try to fake you one way or the other and then kick. Okay, okay. Lauren, being a senior, you've been playing soccer quite a while. Who are teams that you've enjoyed competing against, or do you have one that you enjoy seeing on your schedule more than another?
I think seeing area games would be the most, like, you just look onto it and you'd want to just go in and crush the enemy, just because those games meant the most.
Did you say crush the enemy?
I did say crush the enemy.
There's nothing feminine about you girls when y'all hit that soccer field, is it? It's competition, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, Melissa,
yes, sir.
How do you feel? Are there teams that you have more of a rivalry with, or are there teams, and I know you girls play club soccer because the coach talked about it, and you probably play with some players that you play maybe against during the season. How is that? Do you look forward to a challenge like that?
Definitely, because like after the game, once you win, you want to go up to your friend and be like, hey, like I just beat you, and you know, you don't want to go up to them and be like, yeah, good job, like we lost to you. Like it's embarrassing, you know. You want to like give it to them, and we have that ability too.
So y'all have a competitive nature about
you,
as well as being pretty, right? I tell you what, I wouldn't want one of y'all mad at me, that's for sure. But that's the competitive edge that all athletes, whether they're male or female, you're looking for that. And if you can ever up one, your friend or a team, that's advantage you, right?
Yes.
Well, girls, a question I always enjoy asking young athletes is, this is meeting y'all for the first time tonight. It's the first time I've met you. And so having said that, is there are soccer ladies superstitious, or do y'all have a hobby that maybe your close friends might know about you, but I wouldn't, or somebody that doesn't know you personally? It could be something like singing in the shower. You know, we're all hit makers in the shower, but you turn that shower off and all of a sudden the real voice shines through, right? Or you might write poetry or whatever. You sort of get the general idea. One, are you superstitious, and if so, why and how? And the other, what would be interesting that we don't know about you? And Lauren, we'll start with you.
I actually like to sing in the shower a lot, but I'm not good at all.
You do? Oh, well, that's all right. We're hit makers in the shower, and that's okay. Does it relieve pressure? Or you just have a strong voice and you're not on the soccer field, so you just cut loose?
I cut loose anywhere.
Oh, that's nice. No, not a bashful bone in your body, right? Okay, how about you, Melissa?
Well, as a team, we have like certain rituals that we do, like a prayer, and like we always put our right foot in. So I mean, that's very superstitious for us.
You put your right foot?
We put our right foot in and we like pray and we spit.
we all.
But I mean, we get results from it, so why not keep doing it?
That's right. We're not gonna. That's like some guys. They'll wear the same shirt for weeks if they don't lose. You just don't want to be around them, you know. Well, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Katie, how about you?
Well, another kind of superstition that we do is we always, whenever we play at at our home field, we always start warming up at like the exact time. We always start warming up at 43 minutes.
Really?
Yep.
So you got to do everything synchronized and do it the same way every time.
Yep.
Okay, well that sort of leads me to the next question. So since I was talking with you, Katie, I'll ask you this, and then I'll find out how the other girls feel about it. But in athletics, sometimes there's this thing we call home field advantage. And people love that sometimes. But let me tell you the negative part, and you tell me how you feel about it. Some athletes, both male and female, feel like there's less pressure playing away from home, that you want to do good for your parents and your friends and win at home, you know. But when you go on the road, sometimes the pressure's not as great. And then one thing too about that too is the best way to settle yourself down on the road, you got that hostile environment, is if y'all are playing well, that generally shuts up that hostile environment pretty quick, doesn't it? So talk about that. Does it bother you? Do you enjoy playing at home or away more?
Yeah, I definitely like playing at home more, just because it's more comfortable to play at home, and because that's where we're comfortable playing and we practice on every day, and it's just we have like our fan base behind us and our parents and everyone with us and everything. I think it's easier playing at home, honestly.
Okay, Melissa, how do you feel about it?
Yes, definitely. I like playing at home. Like, we have a really big field, and so we're like used to it, and like we're used to it, but the opponents aren't. So it's definitely like easier for us, and we have like the fence and stuff. That's where like our fans line up. So it's really comforting.
So there's enough positives to where you enjoy the home atmosphere
Definitely,
better.
yes, sir.
Well, Lauren, how about you?
Home field advantage any day.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's good. So all these people that think it's easier playing away from home, they can have it, huh? Well, now, 2 of you girls are going to be back. Well, no, just one, and that's you, Lauren. There's only one coming back next year. Okay, so you're going to be coming off of 2 championships in a row?
Yes, sir.
So how do you prepare for the senior? Are you going to go and say, I'm going out on 3 in a row, or will you look at it and say, well, if 1, 2, whatever happens this year happens, I'm just going to have a good time?
As a senior, I want to be able to lead the team, and all the other seniors with me, I know, want to win a 3rd. 3 out of 4 would be a great feeling. So.
Absolutely, I'm sure it would. Melissa, being a senior to be, 2 championships behind you, what kind of pressure does that put on you going next year, being a senior and one of the leaders of the team probably?
It's going to be really hard because, like, you're going to have everyone on your back and stuff, and so it's going to be difficult, but I know we can do it.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I know that they can do it. They can do anything that they put their mind to. They're a great team, and they're just like, I love them, and I'm going to miss them.
Well, I tell you what, girls, here's the last question I enjoy asking. Thus far in your young lives, who's been the most inspirational persons or persons? It's meant the most to you.
Go ahead. There you go.
You did, Lauren?
Me?
Yeah.
My family.
Well, that wasn't hard, was it? Well, I'm sure that they're awfully proud of you too. Melissa, how about you?
Same, my family. They've always been there.
And Katie?
Again, my family, but like also my coaches too, because I've had quite a few coaches going through the years. Because he was our new coach this year, and he was just an awesome coach this year, and I really enjoyed being able to play with him.
Well, girls, awfully good to meet y'all and to see you. Congratulations on the championship.
Thank you.
And good luck next year, okay? We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Different coaches, different players. Don't you go away. The next time you need electrical work, whether it be commercial or residential, you need to call Huffman Electrical Contractors, a company that's been in business for over 35 years. They've served clients not only locally in the Birmingham area and all over the state, but have clients outside the state of Alabama as well. Whether it's a new building or remodeling an older building or home, they can handle the job for you. Once again, that's Huffman Electrical Contractors. The number to call is 205-661-5005. That's 205-661-5005. Where at Huffman Electrical Contractors, a satisfied customer is always their #1 objective.
And this will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say I combined home and auto with State Farm. Saved $760. Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
That's 760 very good reasons to call Ted Townley in Homewood today.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. No, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven. A taste of heaven is always best. Now you know that. that you're blessed. Give your taste a whole new spin. Bring your friends and come on in. Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven.
And folks, welcome back. In this segment, we're going to be visiting with another championship coach, same school, same sport, only it's boys soccer. And of course, we're talking about Dan DeMasters. And Coach, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
On your championship. But as we get into this little interview, first of all, tell us a little bit about your background and what's led to you being the head boys soccer coach there at Oak Mountain.
Yeah, well, I'm from the Pennsylvania area. Played soccer up there in my youth and ended up going to Villanova University. Played there for 4 years, and ever since I graduated, I've been coaching. I coached in college for about 3 years before I made my way down here to the Birmingham area. But we had some family connections down here, and I've been going back to get my master's in education. So it kind of all fell into place with the coaching and the schooling and educating. And it's kind of what led me here, and I've been here for 2 years now.
When talk about just a second, what's the difference between your experience with college players and high school athletes?
Well, I've been very blessed with the guys at Oak Mountain. The skill is definitely there. I mean, we're giving out 3 to 5 kids, the 2 years that I've been here to play at the Division I and II and III level. Probably just the maturity of them, dealing with the high school kids. The mental aspect of the game is challenging as a coach. But, I think as I've been down here and as the younger guys are kind of getting used to the mentality and the philosophy of how I coach, it's definitely getting better. And I think you're going to see it with the guys you're going to talk to in a little bit, that they're mature young men and they're kind of growing up before your eyes, which is nice. I think once you get to college, you're dealing with kids that are pretty mature. They're getting more mature physically, but I would say probably the maturity of it.
Coach, what do you think? Everybody has ways they can teach the game or philosophies they believe in.
Yep.
Smart coaches usually adapt their players to the scheme. What is your philosophy of soccer, and did you have a nice fit with your personnel this year at Oak Mountain?
Yeah, now we've talked. I mean, we have a little leadership council group. It's kind of part of what we're starting to do there at Oak Mountain, and the scheme really is to what we have. The guys that we have, we want to put them in the best positions to ultimately help us get the results that we want. So, we were really lucky that we had a good foundation of young guys that were coming from last year to the ending up, with the championship team that we had this year. But we had about, I think, 6 or 7 returning starters that kind of fit into the formation that we like to play. We did have to make tactical changes throughout the year, and our guys were very flexible with that. But we kind of have a general idea of a formation we like to play, the way we like to play, which is either direct or indirect. And the guys just kind of bought in this year. I think it really clicked well. Everyone from the goaltender all the way up to our target forward just kind of all gelled and went together. So.
Love that term, gel.
Yeah.
Was there a point in the season you put your finger on as maybe where you turned the corner and where you knew you kind of the season had galvanized your guys enough to win a state championship?
I think it was the very beginning. We had a little team mini camp that a lot of our guys bonded to and bonded with each other, and that worked out really well. And I think that's going to be definitely a key thing that we do going forward, because it really helped our guys, especially the younger new guys, kind of gel with the guys that have been there before. But we had our ups and downs. We lost to the Vestavia, Bob Jones, and Hoover. We lost to them at least once throughout the season, and those were all teams that we had to beat in the journey to win the state championship. So, there wasn't really one specific game. I think we just went into the playoffs with just a great game plan, a great mentality, just going game by game, and that we had the hardest road that maybe anyone could really see to ultimately win. So I challenged them. I challenged the guys on all the scouting reports saying that, people don't believe it except us in this room. And they just bought into it, and they succeeded.
How did the championship game go? Did the strategy pan out the way you thought it would, or did you have an adaptation in the middle of that match?
How Auburn played, and Auburn was a great team, tons of respect for them, but we knew that they were going to defend pretty well. So as the game went on and we didn't really score too much, we got a little, as a coach, I'm standing there like, oh man, all we need is one. But once we scored, the floodgates opened. We scored, I think, with about 21 minutes left, and then 2 more goals came within the next 5 or 8 minutes. So yeah, once that happened, once that second goal happened, I think we really had it. Once the third one happened, it just put a smile on your face. But yeah, it was a tough game for sure, and definitely kept you on your toes until about that 20 to 15 mark left in the game.
Well, Coach, let's talk about the makeup of your team, and by that I mean to ask, most of your players on your team, do they play soccer only, or are some of them involved in other sports, or do the club soccer and the high school soccer keep them busy almost year-round?
Yeah, a lot of them play club. I mean, there are numerous athletes that play different amounts of sports, but a lot of them, the great part about Oak Mountain is the focus is soccer. They play club. A lot of the club teams, Vestavia Hills, Briarwood, Boosa, those are some of the major club teams in the Birmingham area that definitely, I mean, without a doubt, a great feeder sort of system in the area for that. But, you know, a lot of the guys, you know, they're already getting into club ball, regionals and states and national level stuff with their club teams. So, yeah, I mean, kudos to the club coaches in the area. I mean, they produce high-level soccer in Alabama, in the Birmingham area. So,
well, the one thing about it too, Coach, is the time is limited here, but one question I'd be very interested in is you've been coached some college soccer and high school soccer as well. Describe the type of soccer that you see play here in the state of Alabama. Is it impressive to you? Did it surprise you or what?
Yeah. I mean, everyone asked me that. They're like, what's the difference? And I said, you know, there's no difference. I think it's just the mentality that you go in with it and the desire that you play. These kids have been a joy to play with, and they knocked it out of the park this year, you know, but no, I mean, the talent level, I mean, these guys are used to having nationally recognized players, you know, the Chandler Hoffmans at Oak Mountain, and guys that play at the Division I level and even the professional level. That's some that have made it, that have come through Oak Mountain. You know, the talent's here. So it's just a matter of, you know, putting it all together, and I think we've done a pretty good job in even the Birmingham area in particular.
Well, congratulations, a state championship. What a way to end the year, and yeah. I know that you have high hopes for next season's team as well, but congratulations and enjoy it, and we'll look forward to visiting down the road.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break. We come back, three gentlemen very instrumental in the successful year that they had at Oak Mountain this year. We'll be right back.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. No, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
The next time you need electrical work, whether it be commercial or residential, you need to call Huffman Electrical Contractors. A company that's been in business for over 35 years. They've served clients not only locally in the Birmingham area and all over the state, but have clients outside the state of Alabama as well. Whether it's a new building or remodeling an older building or home, they can handle the job for you. Once again, that's Huffman Electrical Contractors. The number to call is 205-661-5005. That's 205-661-5005. Where at Huffman Electrical Contractors, a satisfied customer is always their #1 objective. And folks, welcome back. As you can tell, I got three outstanding young athletes here with us that were members and leading members of the championship team of the Oak Mountain soccer team this year. Sitting beside me, Clay McDonald, senior, you're forward, right? On this side of me, Hunter Ratliff, a senior midfielder. Yes, sir. And Hunter Holstead, who is a junior defender and maybe might be a midfielder next year.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, first of all, the obvious question, and we'll start with you, Clay. Going into this season, y'all have had a bunch of success there. You've won first and you've been runners-up and all the last 3 or 4 years. Going into this season, did you think you and your teammates had what it takes, the chemistry, the talent, the dedication to have a championship team like y'all did?
Yeah, you know, coming into the season, we lost tons of players, and I knew that we'd have to put everything into it. We all had doubts, but the thing about this year is the chemistry. Just like we were a family. We were a family, and we all came together, and we got the job done.
Now, Oak Mountain has been knocking on the door 3 years in a row. I mean, and this was another year you had turnover, but then you had a lot of early losses to some powerful teams. Mm-hmm. Was there a point in this year where maybe you guys had to rally the locker room, or just had to think, what do we got to do to get over this hump?
Oh, every time we lost to a big team, we were like, what's happening? Like, guys, come on, we got to get it together. We all had doubts, but I mean, I knew once we had brought it together after those tough games, tough losses, we did it. It was awesome.
Was it, Hunter, was it just a different strategy against those teams in the playoffs, or was it more vigor, more determination? How did you guys get over that?
There was so much more energy in the playoff games. We were all so prepared, and I think the biggest game, honestly, was getting humiliated and losing 4-0 to Vestavia at their home field. After that game, we all just had our own speeches, and we all talked to the team like as a group, and like you said, we're a family, and we treat each other like brothers. And we talked to each other like brothers and got each other going, and we just came out with everything we could give.
Answer me this, guys. There's going to be a time, maybe 2 or 3 years from now, you'll be playing some intramurals in college. You'll be hanging out with some guys, you know, hey, I played a little soccer. Can you share with us what you will tell him about your high school team and what it felt like to finally win a state championship and go kiss the blue map? Do each of you have a little moment like that you'll always remember from this year's championship?
I have. I mean, at the end of the game when we were standing there, I mean, I've been there standing like while they're like giving away the trophies, and red map, how the team walks up or the captain walks up and slowly grabs it and walks back, and then how we told everybody just wait till we give our signal, and then just going crazy with each other once we got that blue map. There's no feeling like that. I'll never forget that feeling and that moment together.
Anybody? What do you think about
the thing for me is I was on varsity as a freshman, as a sophomore, as a junior, and I had to see us lose every time. And it's like, now that we've won, we did it for ourselves, for our team, for our families, for our fans, and it's the most incredible feeling. It's awesome.
Guys, if you had a neighbor, well, you know, let's face it, soccer has maybe a place in the pecking order in Alabama high school sports and local high school sports. Everybody thinks football, basketball. For your neighbor that's very passionate about soccer, maybe the kid's 7 or 8 years old, and they come to you and they say, I want to be good at soccer. What would be your advice to that young person in order to get them on the path to becoming a really great soccer player one day?
Definitely starting young, putting everything in it, passion. Because, I mean, soccer is, you got to start young. If you don't start young, it's really hard to get into. And you got to get into competitive. And the more you play, the better you'll get. So just out in your yard, getting touches, prepare you for the real stuff. That's what we did when we were all younger.
Mr. Holstad, do you think you have to do the club route in order to be really successful? You have to do this sport year-round?
I would say definitely go year-round with the sport to, keep your skill level up. But club, I guess it depends because there's academy, there's different levels that you could do. But club's definitely, I guess, the lowest you could say to play at to maintain like good skill level and stuff, get good.
You know, some guys, they think, I can just do club only and get my looks and maybe go play at the next level. Other kids I talk to still value the high school experience. Some kids make the choice not to play high school soccer at all because their club season is so important. Why did high school soccer still make a big difference to you, Hunter?
Well, high school is so much more emotional because it's your school, it's the school spirit, it's the fan base behind it, it's the support of all the parents, all the faculty, all the staff. It's so much more. It's such a bigger body of just support and just it's amazing. There's nothing, club doesn't compare.
Club always seems like an audition when I hear kids talk about it, and it's very business-like, whereas maybe there's more stakes in the high school game with everybody you know rooting for you.
Yeah, with club, it's more about getting to the next level, being seen by those college coaches. When it's high school, you get on the field, you see the fans, see the people you've grown up with your entire lives, and you're like, I got to do it for them. It's completely different.
What do you guys have to do to get in shape, stay in shape? What do you guys all have a ritual? What do you do?
It starts early in the season. August, right when school starts, we start working out, we start running, we start doing everything. And then, some guys, they go home and after workouts, they go home and they work out again. That's what makes the extra difference is if you're willing to put in the work.
Anybody got a hill they run, or anybody got a regimen that really paid off for you guys in terms of getting better condition? Because I think conditioning has a lot to do with being a great soccer player.
At the beginning of the season, it's going to be hard, and we go through this thing, the gauntlet, and it's the worst thing. Everyone hates it, and you got to make a time if you want to be on the team. It's a disaster, and we're all just so tired at the end. But when we're lifting that blue map, it's like, yeah. That's why we did it.
Now describe the gauntlet for me. Is it like the stations and drills and things you got to do? What is that like?
It's 3 laps in like a really limited time, and then you have to do 2 after that, and you have to make every single one. If you don't, you're going to end up having to run it again.
And I guess, you know, the thing is busting through. I mean, Chandler Hoffman has been a great player at Oak Mountain. Is there any part of the development you guys have had over the years at Oak Mountain, maybe with Coach DeMasters, that has, you think, led to the success this year's team had? Is there any part of the aspect of training or getting better that really helps you along the way to become the player you are?
Oh, definitely. This year has opened my eyes and the team's eyes on how we need to grow to become the players like Chandler Hoffman. And I'm sure everyone on the team looks up to him, and DeMasters does a great job of getting us prepared for that kind of level.
Can you guys win it all next year? Do you think the pieces are coming back for these guys to win it all again next year?
I think they have a huge chance. Yeah. They just have to find a way to score.
I tell you what, guys, one thing that I always wonder too, and Dan, Clay, you pointed out earlier, is team chemistry. Is there something about chemistry, if it's good, you can maximize what you can be as an individual and as a team. From that aspect, talk about this group this year, because you've had to have had good chemistry through the years, but it takes that to be the best you can be.
Yeah, the past years we've always had, like my sophomore year, our team was the best. Like we had the best players. We were the most skillful, most athletic, and it's like, but we didn't come together as a team. This year, we didn't really have any players that were just like incredible. We were just a team, and we went out there and we showed other teams what a real team is like.
I'll tell you what, guys, on the lighter side of it, you all have superstitions or maybe a talent that we don't know that you have. And so tell us what it might be, an example you might like to write poetry, or, you know, to get away from the hustle and bustle. You might be a great singer in the shower. But what would that one thing that, Hunter, and we'll start with you, that we might not know about you that you can share with us?
Like personally or as a team? That's a tough question. Usually when I get home, I either play FIFA to just like stay in the mindset, or honestly, I just go work out again or go run or something to stay in shape, because I guess where I play, you got to run the whole time. So it just keeps me ahead, I guess.
Clay, how about you?
On a personal level, when I'm not playing soccer, I'm hanging with the guys that are on my team. The chemistry that goes back to that, like I'm always with my buddies on the soccer team, always.
Now, Hunter, there's got to be something that we don't know about you that is a superstition, or you have a hobby that not many people know about.
Well, I mean, like Clay, I like to hang out with all the guys, but I mean, when I go home at the end of the day and like I'm thinking about our team and like anything that I could do to get ourselves better, I go through formations and like try to figure out who could be where and stuff like that. And I'll write a speech before a game or something like that, and just to get the guys going, just something like that.
Okay, well, guys, another question I enjoy asking athletes, because you get different varied answers, but it's one of the most important questions that I think I could ask to this point. And we'll start with you, Clay. In your young life, who's been the most inspirational person or persons?
My father. Definitely my father. He is, you know, soccer's not a cheap sport. You're paying a lot of money to get out there, and he's paid everything. He's been there for me every step of the way. He's on the sidelines, jumping on the student section every time we win a huge game, and I wouldn't be where I am today without him.
How about you, Hunter?
Definitely my mom. She's always pushing me, making me do things that maybe I don't want to do at the time, but in the end it makes me a better person and a better player.
And how about you, Hunter?
Father and brother. My father always pushes me to do that extra workout and always get another one in, and he's always extremely supportive, and I always want to live up to my brother.
Well, I tell you what, guys, you've been as successful as you can be. You've reached the pinnacle, as the old saying goes. But now the next time, the next year, whether it's going to college or whether it's playing at school, good luck to you. And congratulations on what was a great year, okay?
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break, folks. We'll be right back, and we'll put the finishing touches on it.
good driver discount, multi-car discount, good student discount. Helping you save money on car insurance is just part of the service you get from State Farm agent Jack Traffinstead. Whether an accident or a simple question, Jack and his staff get you the help you need. And that's the value only a State Farm agent can provide. Call Jack Traffinstead today. 40 million drivers already know nobody gives more discounts to more drivers than State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And folks, welcome back. And Jeff is also joining me here in our last segment of the show. And one reason we're doing that is we got some good news, bad news. Jeff has been with us how many years now, Jeff?
This is 8th football season coming up, but 7 years total.
My goodness, it's time flies when you're having fun. And one of the reasons that we're doing a little segment by ourselves here is Jeff's been awfully good to our program and through the years and helped us more than one time and been there to give old Snapper information when he's needed through the years. But Jeff, there's fixing to come a major change in your life, and why don't you share that with our viewers?
Yeah, you know, Snapper, it's really tough. I'm sure the Alabama listeners of your program and viewers of your program will think about, you know, when Bear got the call from Alabama and he was at Kentucky and they said, well, why'd you come back? And he said, Mama called. Well, I kind of got one of those mama called offers in my profession. I'm from Georgia. I'm a Georgia native, and they offered me the chance to come cover high school sports and recruiting for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution in Atlanta, Georgia, and that's a tremendous paper, a tremendous website. Mom and Dad, my mom and dad will be a lot closer. My wife's mom and dad will be a lot closer, and it's one of those jobs you have to scratch your head because this is the very best job I've ever had in my life, and it's hard. Meeting so many people and great teams and schools and communities. This is really not a moment about me. It's just I would like to sit there and thank everybody that allowed me the ability to come into their lives and try to do the very best, paint the very best picture of them that I possibly could. It's been my pleasure working here in Birmingham for 8 years.
Well, I tell you what, I know when Ron Ingram gave up his job here and went down to join the Alabama High School Athletic Association, Ron and I had a relationship for years, and what a great person to help me out when I had questions I didn't know the answer to and situations that I wasn't real sure of. And lo and behold, I thought, boy, there'll never be another Ron Ingram. Well, let me tell you what, folks, Jess Santel has done a terrific job, and I'm not just saying that because you're sitting here, Jeff, but gosh, what a tremendous job you've done through the years and the knowledge that you've accumulated here in this market and everything. I'm sure that there's nothing but success that lies out there for you.
Well, I sure appreciate that. I tell you, anytime a guy in my profession can be mentioned in the same sentence with Ron Ingram, that's a tremendous honor. And, you know, I've always liked coming on this show because I felt you and I always spoke the same language. We get high school sports, we get kids, and we get how important these years are in their lives when they can try their very best. And you know, sometimes it doesn't go their way, but the part that makes so much sense is the journey, not the destination. Right. You know, I had some old coaches in my life, great young men in my life, and they told me, you know, perspective is so much in this life. You can either, bad things are going to happen to you and good things are going to happen to you, and you get the choice about whether or not you're going to be happy about them, or you can be miserable about them. And I found a job that my mom calls it work when she calls me and everything, but I really feel what I do, and I know what you do as well, is doing a job that touches on one of your very passions in life, and this is what I've always wanted to do with my life's work.
Well, very quickly, we've only got about a minute and a half here. I want to reflect back on the season, the spring season. We had 9 championships won here in the Birmingham, Jefferson County area, and I'm sure that doesn't surprise you. But what did surprise me, and I want you to expand on it just a little bit, is our baseball and softball teams. We had classification softball teams in 5A, 6A, 7A, and came up with goose egg.
Yeah, I think, you know, what happens a little bit is you look at dilution of talent a little bit. You know, Thompson, Pelham, and Helena. And the Helena story was so impressive because they were a first-year school, but those boys would all have been, you know, chasing foul balls if they were still at Pelham because Pelham and Helena split. And you look at that program now, and Helena's primed to win maybe the next 2 or 3 state championships.
Well, I tell you what, like you said, there's surprises in everything, and that was sort of surprises to me. But I know that there are a lot of surprises ahead for you in Atlanta, and I wish you, you know, all the very best. And I hope that it turns out to be, and I'm sure it will be, what you've want it to be, because that's a great market over there, great teams in the state of Georgia. And I just want you to realize that we've appreciated the relationship that we've had with you, and what a great job you've done, and I'm gonna miss you.
I appreciate it. It's been my deepest honor to cover high school sports here in Birmingham and Central Alabama, and it has been my pleasure to be a reporter for this market. And folks, till I see you this fall, you know what the Snapper always says, we'll say bye to Jeff, but for the night we'll say bicycle.